Hello and welcome to today's BoldTrail Academy. We're doing a remote. I'm joining you remotely. I'm on a little vacation this week over in Fort Bragg, Mendocino, but I didn't want to skip our BoldTrail Academy today. Our topic today is a carryover from last week, and we're covering the um, landing pages, click funnels, they're referred to. Um, Last week I tried to cover that along with squeeze pages, and I just ran out of time. So we're going to go ahead and cover that this week. And I'm realizing now that that topic, this area of the Bold Trail, um, deserves a session all into itself. So before we jump in, I want to cover a couple things. As always, the New Vision site. I really encourage everyone to go in and sign up for the 12-week challenge. We've had some amazing results from the 12-week challenge in getting agents just to engage. One thing I've found is that agents will sit down, look at Bold Trail, look at their week ahead, and without having really good direction, you kind of spin out of control. You go down rabbit holes. You don't really get much done. But when you engage in a platform with accountability, such as the 12-week challenge, it really increases your focus, and that increase in focus leads to production. Steve,
Yeah,
your
and I'll
thoughts
make
on that?
well, I'll make a quick statement. The teams of agents that we're coaching on this, so far we have at least doubling their business. Many of them have tripled their business. So it's a very serious. But if you'll jump up to the top of the team site, I want to show just one more advancement we did for everybody. If you go up to the menu bar. So looking
Where
at
do
the
you want to
menu
go?
bar, just go to the main page on New Vision site, and then on the menu bar, I want you to go over to the team section. Just close this 12-week challenge out, please. And then right there, if you go into the EXP hub, everybody, or go into the team hub, if you could go to the resources and marketing, Alex, please.
Okay.
Okay, go to the resource, go and click team hub, please. Okay, now everybody, when this loads up for Alex, give him a little grace because he's got a little bit of a spotty connection, but roll down and just run your mouse over any one of those. We've created interactions. So every time you roll over, it's not showing up great here, but they all have a button feature. So it's more robust, as I think Alex is showing you there. So go play around with a team site. This is one of the best ways to show anyone that you're introducing the EXP platform to, where it's a one-stop shop where you can see everything. So we made that advancement this week for everybody.
Nice. I like that. I'll put the link. The link to that is now in the chat. And then always like to hit on Brent Go's site. If you want to look at what's upcoming, Brent always has his site updated so you can see the upcoming events going on. I'm looking forward to going to Cabo at the end of the week or month here. Steve and I have um, our tickets already purchased and the trip is booked. This is the weekly meetings that we have. So throughout the week, if you're looking for
Thank you, Dad.
Everybody
additional
put yourself on
training,
mute, please.
yep. And there's the Cabo trip right there. It's in March. So we're looking forward to that. Some great speakers there.
One little housekeeping, if you
So
could
I'll
roll
put
over.
that in the chat.
Alex, also promote Thursday. Thursday, we have a guest coming up from, I believe, Arizona. No, excuse me, Las Vegas, I believe, one of those areas, Arizona or Las Vegas, and she's doing hundreds of sales. So this Thursday training at the Placer County Board of Realtors is going to be second to none. Don't miss it. On local events, just where
Yeah,
Alex is
right here.
going.
It's February 19th.
That's right.
Market Domination by Mary
Maloney.
Maloney. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'll see you guys all there. Okay, so we've covered that. I just wanted to take care of those couple of items. Going into today's topic, I just want to emphasize that On my YouTube page, I have these videos. I have them sorted under the playlist. I've had several agents ask me where they can find this content, and it's right here on YouTube. Welcome to today's Bold. And you can see all of them there. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to post there because I'm getting moderated because I'm showing contact information. And so to get the full catalog, go over to my school platform under classrooms, and I have it right here, the 13 weeks of BoldTrail. So if you're not a member of the school platform, I'll go ahead and put this link in the chat, and it's free to join. The biggest complaint I get is that you have to create bio, like an account with a bio on the school platform. But school is really advanced. I feel a lot more content's on there, and the platform's really maturing. But that is the school platform, and you can find the past recordings there. All right, so let's jump in and take a look. This is a topic Steve and I were just talking about. We're going to cover this probably a couple months from now. The vitals, the vitals. It's this tab right here, and it shows you just how well you're doing within the platform. But yeah, that's what Steve and I were talking about. Let's start off with what we're looking at today. And what we're looking at is ClickFunnels. We're looking at the landing pages is another name for them. And what they are is pages that you can use to capture leads. Steve, I know you've done a lot of work with ClickFunnels. Um, Talk about how useful they are as an agent.
Well, they're probably one of the best ways right now using social media, Facebook, and the different platforms where you could boost them. So, and most important though is when you're building a ClickFunnel or a landing page, it's evergreen. So if you're building one
Yeah.
every other day, every week, what you're doing is creating this massive digital net. And yes, you're going to go ahead and boost some of those as your budget allows. And once the boosting starts, that really is what powers a lot of the leads. But then when you stop boosting it, that landing page doesn't disappear. It is your presence out there. You're creating this massive digital net. And if you don't start now, some other agent is, and they're going to pass you. Back to the whole analogy, if you don't embrace the technology and AI, an agent that is going to put you to shame.
Yeah. And so we're out there posting content throughout there. It's important to have a way for the um, client to get back to you, to be able to register
Hey, Alex, just a housekeeping
information.
issue. Why don't
I'm sure.
Hey, Alex, on a housekeeping issue, why don't you turn your video off because your connection's a little bit choppy.
Turn my video off. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Now I think we'll get your
Okay.
communication a little cleaner.
Okay. So this is a ClickFunnel I did early on, and it's not a very good ClickFunnel. And I keep this as a placeholder to show you how I've progressed using this. This is the direct buyer program. This is one I did on a FISBO starter kit. And I use this ClickFunnel when I am putting content out there dealing with FISBOs. Here's one I did for inherited property. And what I'm showing you here is I'm getting my messaging out. I have my four bullet points, and then down here I have my lead capture. So whatever your persona is as an agent, whatever that messaging is, like you could be first time home buyer. So you could go and build a ClickFunnel landing page like this for first time home buyer. Um, you could be 55 and older. You could exclusively specialize in Sun City communities. Steve, what other ideas can we share out there?
Well, really almost any topic, but here's what I recommend. Go into answerthepublic.com or go into chat, Perplexity, Grok, any of them, and ask a real estate trending topic for your area and build a funnel around it.
Yeah, yeah. So within this space, I'm showing you where these are. And so it's important to know there's two different ways to build funnels. As a guy who's used this platform quite a bit, that's an understatement. I build my funnels here using this feature within Web and IDX. Okay, I want to make that distinction because I'll go back to my dashboard so everyone can follow me here. You can go down.
No, I didn't, so I haven't played on my screen where you get a little stutter.
You guys with
Just a
me?
housekeeping issue. If you could all, the audience, please keep yourself on mute. It's really important because it's big feedback when we hear you in the background.
All right, so back on topic. As you can see in Lead Engine, we were in Lead Engine last week covering the IDX squeeze pages. You also have landing pages here, and you can come in and you can select your domain and you can start building the landing page. And you can go in and build these. The reason I don't use these landing pages is because it only allows you to put your capture the email and cell phone. I want to get their names as well. So you can go in and use these. You can build them here. But I find the better way to do it is to, and I'll go back over here at my dashboard. I'll go down to Web and IDX. Let this load. And I'll go to this Pages tab. Okay. And then down under Pages, I go Landing and Lead Capture. All right. So these are all pre-formatted, ready to go. As far as you don't have to drag in images and do the basic setup of it. But you have to put in your content. So whatever your content is. I was helping an agent last week and they went over here to the classic, and this is loading for me. And it was preloaded with content, and they created the page and just kind of used what was there. Um, and I just said, well, you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend it because as you can see, it's just placeholder content is all it is. Um, so you can go in and change the stuff around. You click on it, you can go in and change this to what your messaging is. So for what I do when I create one, like I'm building one out right now for Land and Ranch. And the Land and Ranch link will be in all of my Land and Ranch blog posts and re revise my blog post to include the link. So I'm working on that right now. But what I did, and this is something I recommend everybody do, is I went in and I used AI and trained it to be my personal digital assistant. I talk about this every week. It's something that I think right now, as agents in this market, we've evolved to a point where you really need to be an AI agent and use AI to be your personal digital assistant. Okay. And then once you train your AI to understand what your business goals and objectives are, and you use it to build your buyer persona to see what you're specializing in as an agent, then you can go in and, like Steve suggested, you can go in and see what the top trending real estate searches are in your area um, that's currently active within Google or within AI. And then once you figure out what that is, then you can go in and say, okay, give me 5 suggestions for landing pages for my area based on the top trending results. And then once you figure out what those are, then you go in and you use that to use the AI to build your content for your landing pages. I know this sounds really complicated. It is somewhat complicated, but if you're going to do this, my experience is that you need to do it the right way. we don't have to rely on just guessing anymore because we have these very powerful AI tools to help us through this process. And so when you get that content, you can just go in here and just edit through all these different headings and subheadings to change the content around. Um, Down in here, this is probably the one part that will throw people off. As you can see, it comes with email and cell. So when you come down in here, you want to add a new field and you'll go first name and then you click back into it. And then you'll add a new field and you go last name. And you click back into it. So it clicks back and forth. It's a little bit clunky, but nothing you can't work with. And then there's other fields that you can add if you would like to. So depending on what your goals and objectives are, you could ask for the spouse, you could ask for the birthday, ask for these different fields. As I've used this, what I have found is that getting first, last, email, and cell is really what I need to be able to go and start building the relationship with that lead. Then once you have this, obviously you want to go in and you want to address the alignment. That's the alignment of the text. And you can go around and play around with these different alignment tools. If you don't like the color of that, we can go and change the color to blue. I already have this formatted under a blue because I've used the system before. Alignment of that C list now. And again, it doesn't have to say C list now. You can go in and you can change what that says by just going through this toolbar and finding that area right here. You can change that messaging around. Contact me now. Whatever you want to say. This is where you use maybe talking to another agent that you're marketing with, use your AI, whatever it is, whatever that messaging is, you can go ahead and put it in there.
I have a question for you, Alex, real quick. If
Yep.
agent comes and is doing their basic setup with you, which I know you have a $400 setup coaching arrangement for agents trying to set up their platform, would you be able to do a series of ClickFunnels and landing pages built for them? Is that service that you could offer the agents that don't feel comfortable building those on their own?
Yes, yes, I do that, and what I do is I can build the pages, and I can help you with the content creation to get to that level. But like I've been saying, I can't emphasize this enough. The having your agent persona defined, I think is more critical than ever in today's market. And so when you're going in and you're going to say, "Hey, Alex, I want to go and hire you to do these things," we really need to make sure that the content that you're creating is consistent with who you are as an agent. Okay. So going back to my inherited. Okay. So I used AI to generate this, and all of the wording here is based on top trending meta phrases for inherited property. And you can see what the finished page looks like. Um, this is the page we were just creating. Uh, the Fizbo starter kit. So I have a bunch of blog posts out there on Fizbo, and this page is linked to them. And the theory is on the Fizbo is to give away all the information because everyone wants to sell their house on their own. But as agents, we know that a very small percentage of those Fizbos actually close, and the Fizbo sellers aren't really qualified to sell their own home. Would you agree with that, Steve?
Yeah, I would completely agree with that.
Yeah, so what you're doing with building these is, like I said, you're creating um, that opportunity to be able to capture that lead. And you can see the alignment of this one, how it gets cleaned up. Um, so like I said, there's two different ways to do this. I'll go back to the dashboard. The easy way is to go to the lead engine, and right here is landing pages. I just noticed this is a new button for past landing pages, and it lists the past landing pages that I have built out.
So you have 13 landing pages out there as a digital net right now. And I have
Yep.
a question for you,
Yep.
Alex. If someone's going to build a landing page for FISBOs, if you will, would it be wise if they created a blog and also tied them together?
Well, I think it's essential. I think it's essential.
Okay,
And
good.
and so
That's my
so
point.
yeah. And so if you're going after the FISBO market, look at this. I just noticed this. It gives you the view count of each one of these that's been created. That's a new feature. I just discovered that right now. I think that's cool. Um, so yeah, when you're going in, like right now with Land and Ranch, I'm working through 90 content ideas that was generated by AI through my buyer persona. And as I'm working through that, I'm including that landing page in there so the lead can react to me and say, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. I want to communicate back to them through the find out more information button, which leads to the landing page, which has the area where they can put in their contact information. This sounds like a lot, you guys, but I want to focus this under a different um, a lens. When you're going in and creating blog content, like I know a lot of people on this call have never done a blog before. I want that blog content to be more of a project. That content is you sitting down and saying, okay, this is who I am as an agent, and now I'm going to create blog content that's consistent with who I am. And like I said, we could go over it. We could say you're a first time home buyer. You're focusing on FISBOs, inherited property, um, move up property, over 55, fixer upper, whatever it is. But when you go out there and start creating that content with the lead gen attached to it through a landing page, you're doing what's called a social proof as to who you are. You're telling your story and then giving that chance to capture the lead um, turns it into a platform for lead capture. So when we're doing these different posts, like even when we're posting on our Google Business page, when you go into your Google Business page and post, there is an area in here. See if I can do this on the fly. You go into your business and you can go and post. And as you post through this, you can add your button. What type of button? Sign up, call now, learn more, buy, order online. I'm generating 7 to 10 leads a week using my Google posts, business posts. And they have a way to communicate back to me through the landing pages. Same thing when you post on social. When you're over here posting, um, this is my obviously my BoldTrail page, but when I'm on my business page and I post, there's always a way for that person to interact with me and get back to me. Um, I'm on events, and it's a very powerful way to be able to generate the leads. Like right here, this one, every week I post about a Zoom list, and then they can communicate back to me. Well, this is some of the lead generation that I'm talking about because you're out there saying, look, I have this great assume list um, resource where you can save hundreds of dollars. I know, Steve, you've been generating through assume list.
Yeah, it's
Um,
been very helpful.
yeah, so these are all different ways that we can use these, but it all starts with who you are as an agent. So That's what I have for you guys this week. I not really a lot of hands-on. I'm just showing you how this feature works, the two different ways you can create them. Um, and with all of this stuff, to go in and use it, you just got to go get your hands dirty. You just got to
Alex,
start using it.
before we finish, we've got about 3 minutes. Would you mind just going just ground zero right from your dashboard? Everybody just slow down and realize these steps. Here's the main page. Alex is going to take you and just take us through a basic understanding of where and how to build these just like that. Lead engine.
Yeah, so there's two ways. I emphasize that. You're here in the lead engine. For me, I select my domain and I start building that landing page. And actually putting the content in should be the easy part. Before you go here and start editing this page, you should have all of this content already mapped out so you know exactly what you're putting in. Don't get to this page and then scratch your head and go, what should I really say here? So that's one way of doing it. The better way, I'll go back to my dashboard. I'll go to Web and IDX, and I'm going to go to Pages, and then right here, Lead Capture, Lead Generation. And as you can see, there's all of these different types of landing pages. I'm not going to tell you one is better than the other. The best one is the one that you use. So go in there, choose one. My next thing is to start doing the video. Um, Everyone loves video right now. So I'm going in and I'm doing some A/B testing on video. And when I get a video landing page rolled out, obviously I'll share it with you all here. But for me, I'm finding that just the static classic lead gen page, it's working for me. It's converting leads.
Excellent. Well, Alex,
All
let's get
right.
started and do a quick Q&A
All
and
right. So
start
I'm
our
gonna I'm
recording
gonna
time.
stop the recording and then we'll restart it for Q&A.
Everybody can take yourself off mute or throw a question in the chat. And I'm